I'm Anil Kumar and we'll explore domain and range for a periodic functions just one cycle in these examples. So the question here is, determine domain and range of one cycle of the following functions. We have two functions for you to practice. You can pause the video, copy these questions and then answer. Now to explain how to answer such a question, let me sketch these functions also and then we will discuss them, right? So I'll sketch both of them. Then we'll write down their domain and range. Sinusoidal functions, start with a 0. So they are kind of like this. As far as the cosine function is concerned, they are like this, right? They start with maximum and they end with maximum, right? So that is how the function is. Now here, what is the amplitude of the function? Amplitude is 1. So the maximum value will be plus 1, minimum will be minus 1. And what is the time period? T. Time period will be, normally the time period is 2 pi if you're working in radians, divided by 2. There are 2 cycles in 2 pi. So one cycle will have time period of 2 pi divided by 2, which means pi. If I don't write any units, it means radians, correct? Now you could also find time period in degrees. So those of you who have not started with radians could write in degrees also. In degrees, one cycle is 360 degrees divided by 2 will give us 180 degrees. Now, as you can see very clearly, so that means this point here at the end of the cycle is either at 180 degrees if you are writing in degrees, or you could write pi in radians, correct? So from here we can say that the domain of the function is equal to x belongs to real numbers, where x is greater than equal to 0 and is less than equals to, let me use pi. As far as the range is concerned, range is y belongs to real numbers, where y is greater than equals to minus 1 and is less than equals to plus 1. Correct? So that is the way to answer this question. Here is a practice question for you. You can take a function y equals to, let us say, minus sine 3x, right? You can write domain and range for this particular function. Now let's take up the next example, which is y equals to 3 times cosine x. So now when you have 3 times, that means it is vertically stretched by a factor of 3. Amplitude now becomes 3. So we have maximum of 3, minimum of minus 3. As far as the time period is concerned, t will be equals to 2 pi divided by k value, which is 2, that is same as pi. Or you could also do it in radians. So you could also do 360 degrees divided by 2, which is 180 degrees, correct? So we will write this domain range in a different format. We can say domain for this function is between 0 to 180 degrees if you are writing in degrees, or it could be from 0 to pi radians. As far as the range is concerned, range will be between minus 3 to 3, right? So that is the range for our function, correct? So that is how you answer this question. As a practice question, you could have minus 1 over 3 cosine of half x, right? So you can do this as a practice question. So these are your questions to practice, question 1 and question 2. I hope that helps. Thank you and all the best.